Hello everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, the 31st film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the first film in Phase 5. It came out today, I just saw it, and I'm very excited to talk about it in this full spoiler review. So if you have not seen Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania yet, go to theaters, check it out, and I will see you then. But if you have seen it, then get ready for this full spoiler review. Now, a bit of pretext here. I love the Ant-Man films. Ant-Man 1 was the first Marvel movie I ever saw in theaters, so they have a very special place in my heart. I've always been very excited for this movie. There is some negative reviews out there, but I'm not really letting that get to me in my thoughts on this film. Now, on to the negative/mix section of the review. Just first off, it is one of my favorite parts of the first two Ant-Man films with the low-key heist movie vibe. And it feels like this movie maybe loses a bit of the charm of the first two by switching away from that and going full sci-fi. And it's definitely a cool concept, but I miss San Francisco and the heist and Luis and Maggie's Cassie's mom and stepdad and like the whole ex-con crew. I miss those characters. And while I certainly love what they like the new stuff they did with this movie, it is easy to miss the simplicity and fun of those past films. And also, with this new quantum realm coming along, it feels like a lot of the new stuff is kind of underdeveloped. I would have liked to see more of the quantum characters and like these revolutionaries. Bill Murray, I would have liked to see more of him than just the one scene. And it was definitely all very cool. I thought the characters were cool, but definitely kind of a little bit underdeveloped. And just finally, I wish this movie had a little bit more weight on the MCU and the Ant-Man franchise. Now you can say, oh, it introduced Kang. It didn't have a ton of weight, but it introduced a variant of Kang. And he died, maybe died, I don't know. I hope they didn't kill this version of Kang, because I would love if he was the main Kang, like, going forward, instead of just this big council of Kangs. And, like, it feels like for the Ant-Man characters, they bonded more as a family, but it didn't really change the status quo for them whatsoever. Sure, Scott's a little bit more in Cassie's life, but overall, like, I thought someone was going to die, or they were going to be drastically changed as characters. But nope, most of the Ant-Man characters are about the same as where they were, except they're a little bit closer in relationship. So that just bugged me a little bit. But on to the positives. First off, this movie is just so much fun. It's got really cool action, great set pieces, great visuals, the cool quantum realm, and to be completely honest, I just loved seeing these characters again. Paul Rudd and Evangeline Lilly, Michael Douglas, Michelle Pfeiffer, they all bring their A game again. They're funny, they have great romantic moments and bonding moments. Paul Rudd especially. It's just hilarious, and Scott Lang is so funny. But Michael Douglas also has way more comedic moments in this movie than others, especially with this scene where he's just praising ants throughout the film. Michelle Pfeiffer soars and kind of her like trauma from the quantum realm. She has some great action scenes, and Evangeline Lilly gives maybe one of her better performances as the Wasp. I also like Catherine Newton as Cassie Lang. Part of me wishes they hadn't recasted her from Endgame, but she brings great energy and has a good dynamic with Paul Rudd. But of course, if you're talking about the cast, you cannot forget Jonathan Majors as Kang. He is softer than Thanos in some ways, but can still be so much more powerful without being this big CGI purple alien, which is seriously impressive to me. He's scary, he's got a great screen presence. I just think Jonathan Majors as Kang is just perfectly setting himself up as a major villain. He is a force, and I'm so excited to see him in future installments. Other characters, seeing Corey Stoll back as MODOK. A lot of people hated on him and his design. I thought he was really cool, like the robot face, and he also was funny. His death was maybe a little underdeveloped, but I enjoyed it, and I just thought it was cool to see MODOK on live action. MODOK has always been a character who's a little bit of a mix of scary and goofy, and I thought they did that pretty well here. I also liked all the new characters from like the Quantum crew, definitely underdeveloped, but characters like Quaz and like these little alien guys just had their own little funny moments with the mind reading and the holes. It just made the movie a little bit funnier. There's a lot of great set pieces, whether it be big action scenes like Ant-Man storming through the town while huge and then beating up Kang in a one-on-one fist fight, which was awesome. Or good comedy set pieces like the multiple Scotts meeting each other and then having to break out. I thought that was all really cool. And just this movie is just scene after scene of enjoyment, whether it's funny, emotional, action-packed. And also, I love this movie on a technical level. Some people hate on the visuals. I like them. I thought the quantum realm looked really cool and one of the most unique places we've seen in the MCU. I thought the music by Christoph Beck was really cool. Really just like dynamic. And it takes the classic Ant-Man heist theme and adds like a sci-fi edge to it. I thought the direction by Peyton Reed was the best it's been, and I thought Jeff Loveness's script was really good. And overall, this movie, while definitely underdeveloped in some ways, it's just a fun start to Phase 5 with characters I love. It had great characters I love. It had great sci-fi concepts. It was a great introduction to Kang. And sure, some of the characters were underdeveloped, and I missed some of the charm of the past Ant-Man films. It's still a lot of fun. I understand somewhat why people don't like it, but as someone who's a big fan of Marvel and sci-fi and the Ant-Man movies, I just had a blast watching it. My favorite part, probably Baskin-Robbins' Scott Lang. Really fun movie. I had a good time with it. I recommend it to anyone. And of course, it doesn't matter because it's a spoiler review and you've already seen it, but yeah, I hope you liked it. If you didn't, that's okay too. But I'd give Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania an 8.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys liked the video. Coming up soon, Cocaine Bear. See you all then. Bye-bye.